Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna be explaining what we're gonna submit for both practice and lab assignment of this unit. So for the practice, we are gonna make sure that what we worked on through all these steps, it's submitted. So basically, I just want you to like organize what we did. You see how mine, I organized it already to make it a little bit visually more appealing. So I organize all the logic about printing the welcome message and quitting in the top, and then the trigger volume and F key events here in the bottom. So organize it, and then make sure that everything that we tested is working. And that will be what you will need to submit for your practice blueprint deliverable. Just make sure you submit your zip project after you follow all the steps, and then your blueprint event graph should look like the one I was demonstrating, right? So that's gonna be your practice deliverable, basically everything we already practiced through every step. And now for the assignment deliverable, the lab assignment, you're gonna do these following steps. So basically, you're gonna grab your previous assignment submission, the one about the lab assignment actors, where if you remember, we built the house. I require you to have like different floors, to have different lining going on. So whatever you submit for that lab assignment, that will be your starting point for this next lab for blueprints. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna now implement the blueprint knowledge into that same lab assignment. What exactly are you gonna do? You have to make sure you meet all these requirements. Do a welcome message, how we did in practice, so that it shows up the name and the welcome message. Just continue all these instructions. For example, uh, when 30 seconds go by, quit the game. But if you want to force quit at any moment, press Q key, and so on and so forth. Something that the ones that maybe are going to cost you a little bit more work are the trigger volume ones. So when the player enters the house through the entry door, you should get a message on the screen that says like this, you have entered the house. But then when they exit through the exit door, they should have another message, you have exit the house. Okay, so we practice similar to this, how to do that. Just make sure you have it now for the house, for the entry and exit. Also, because I require in the previous assignment to have multiple floors, at least a second floor, you should have had at least a second floor. When you enter the second floor, uh, you should have like you have entered the second floor message. Okay, so I think that your character is probably not gonna be able to like go by up the stairs because we haven't still practiced how to like make the character uh, go through the objects in a realistic way. Like your player right now is probably just gonna be like this, just kind of like floating, kind of like flying through the level. That's what's most likely. So what I want for this requirement is like once you go up, even if you're flying, it doesn't matter if it's not like walking through the stairs. When it goes up into the second floor, and no matter how that's done, when your player goes up and then enters that second floor of the house, then a trigger volume area to also display that you have entered that second floor. Okay, so as you can see, at least these three different trigger volumes to enter, exit the house, and to enter the second floor. If you want to play around and have like a few more trigger volumes or messages or key events working, go ahead and do so. These are only like the minimum requirements, but you can use your creativity and keep expanding the level and adding stuff as you want. Okay? Make sure that the event graph is organized and it has proper comments. So I want to see, this kind of block comments and like a visual organization. Like I don't want to see like a spaghetti kind of looking graph where stuff is going like to all directions. Try to make it as visually organized as possible. And what else? Through this process, use variables, use function however you want. I just want you to have these results as the minimum requirement. So you can create and set up your functions however you feel like, as long as all of this is being met. Okay? Once you implement the blueprints and the changes have been made successfully, then that's when you're gonna zip your document and submit that for the deliverable of this lab assignment for this blueprint unit. Okay, so make sure you follow all the steps. That should be the requirements for this blueprint unit.